So there was a young girl who, no matter, what she did, she was always sick, and she was full of life and full of zest and full of fun stories to tell. But she was sick all the time, and if it wasn't bronchitis, it was asthma. If it wasn't asthma, it was a stomach problem. Antibiotics were her best friend at the time. And, she couldn't catch a break. She'd get one bacterial infection and then a virus and ear infection. So her father and mother were obviously very concerned, and took her to many gastroenterologists, allergy specialists, and they all said the same thing. She needs to go on allergy medication, and she needs to be on an antacid, or she needs to be on that medication. And she tried all the medications, but none of them worked. So her parents got really frustrated, and obviously it was affecting her school. It was affecting her ability to go to friends' houses and birthday parties and things that kids really should do. So finally her father came up with an idea, because he was a type of man that researched everything, and he was kind of like Google. You could ask him anything and he would find the answer. And so he found a naturopathic doctor, and this little girl, he brought his daughter to the naturopathic doctor because he'd been fed up with what the conventional doctors were saying, all suppressing symptoms, and the symptoms were getting worse and worse and were creating other symptoms. So he took her to this naturopathic doctor, and by this time this young girl was now in high school, and she had met this wonderful naturopathic doctor that had looked at her diet, her lifestyle, had looked at her emotional processing, which had been massively affected by her physical condition. And he looked into all these aspects of her life and asked her very relevant questions, and asked her what she ate for breakfast, what she ate for lunch, what she ate for dinner, and what she fancied eating, what were her favorite foods. And this was really interesting because this naturopathic doctor did these amazing tests that were really able to show this young girl what she should and should not be eating. And it was really interesting because she was thinking, okay, how does food affect my health? Like, how is food affecting my digestion, my chronic ear infections, my bronchitis? So she was very interested in this, and she tried she did follow and remove all the foods that her naturopathic doctor told her to avoid. And her digestive system was supported with various digestive botanicals that this naturopathic doctor gave her. And within 3 months, she was feeling better than she had ever felt before. She had no viruses, no bacterial infections, no digestive issues. She was vibrant again. She was able to go to birthday parties and enjoy time out with her friends. Her relationships strengthened. Her grades in school went, sky high. It was almost like an absolute transformation from a young girl whose grades were slipping, whose digestive system was, not working optimally, and her feeling ill all the time, to someone that was completely a different person, and it shaped her of who she is today. My name is Dr. Nigma Talib, and I'm a naturopathic doctor, and this is my story. If it wasn't for my dad, I would have never gone and seen a naturopathic doctor and had the root cause of all my health conditions sorted out, right at the root cause. And if I hadn't had that, it would have made me the confident young girl and lady that I am today. And I would have never gone into naturopathic medicine had I not known, I wouldn't have known that it's such an amazing profession that could help thousands and pretty much help everyone. So it really took me on a journey from being taken to a naturopathic doctor by my father, to then going to naturopathic school for 8 years, and then now practicing naturopathic medicine and helping thousands of people across the world, whether it be from a naturopathic consultation with myself and treatments with myself, or whether it be from my book, where people read my book and follow my plan. It's so exciting that I can help thousands of people really through diet, lifestyle, and supplements without using harsh drug medications that suppress a problem rather than curing the root cause. It's exciting. Well, the question is your face older than you really are? Is your skin older than you really are? And, you know, we're all going to age. There's nothing wrong with aging. Aging is, there's so much wisdom that comes with aging and beauty that comes with aging. But I think the question is aging gracefully versus prematurely. And what we know is in our 20s, our skin is filled with, hyaluronic acid, which is our skin's natural filler. Our skin's more bounces back if we've been in the sun. We don't tend to get pigmentation in our 20s. But as we move into our 30s, if whatever we've done in our 20s is going to affect us in our 30s. So it's almost like you pay for what you do 10 years ago. So in your 30s, your skin is more vulnerable, obviously, because, your elasticity is, reducing. Your ability to pigment is, more likely. And then when you move into your 40s, you lose half your hyaluronic acid. By the time you hit 40, 50% of your skin's natural filler is gone. So, you start to lose that that plumpness, even to the lips. And you'll start to see more hollowing under the eyes, and, skin starts to go south just ever so slightly. And then you hit your 50s and, your skin starts to sag a lot more because your elasticity, you have less elasticity. And your bone, your estrogen levels, which, help your skin stay supple and young, start to decline. And that goes on into your 60s, where your bone structure even starts to change in your face because you're losing bone mass. Now, these are all things that happen naturally, but all of those can be accelerated, tenfold through diet, lifestyle, and supplements. And we can see it over and over again. Whatever you eat will cause you to age quicker. So I call it digest aging. The 4 phases of aging: the gluten, the dairy, the sugar, and the wine. The gluten is particularly important because it causes leaky gut. Leaky gut is something that causes your gut to be more permeable to all kinds of food particles and different kinds of particles that really should stay in the gut lumen, but now are transported into the systemic bloodstream. And your body recognizes that as foreign and starts to mount an immune response. Now, that immune response naturally affects your skin. It naturally affects your hormones. It naturally affects every aspect of your body because it has entered your systemic bloodstream. So that will prematurely age you. It will cause pigmentation. It will cause fatigue. It will cause rashes, acne, eczema. And then you're looking at dairy, which is, mucus producing. It's, causes so much inflammation in the body, causes darkness under the eyes, puffy eyelids, and it makes people feel quite arthritic and pain, giving you that feeling that you're 60 when you're only really 40, causing more pain in the joints. And, taking the dairy out can make you feel, night and day, almost 20 years apart. Then you look at sugar. Sugar's in everything almost. And sugar causes glycation, which causes your skin to sag. And because sugar is hidden in so many things, it's a sneaky one because it causes your bacteria, the bad bacteria in your gut, to feed off of it, causing a whole New Year's Eve party in your gut, creating, digest aging. So again, creating aging from the gut and aging on the skin. And then wine. Wine is basically fermented sugar, and alcohol causes inflammation in the body and or inflammaging. So, these are the four major, things that modern society, has, when they're socializing or when they're out or in their own homes. This is something that's included in everyday life. And when you remove these foods from the diet, it is, people notice changes with their skin, their weight changes, their fatigue levels go away. It's all about, looking at the fact that yes, we are aging, but premature aging is optional.